Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Off the Beaten Coast. Today I am out in the middle of the mangroves. I just took Dad's little tinny out here and chucked some crab pots in yesterday. The weather's been pretty shit house for diving and fishing, so I thought I might as well take advantage of my situation, go chuck some crab pots in the creeks and see if I can get something. Fingers crossed I can get a good crab and maybe do a little cook up or something like that, and feed the fam while getting outside and trying to stay sane. So come along, see if we can get something. Just pulling up to the first pot now, and it is pretty shallow. I'm gonna have to put it in low profile mode, I think. Have we got anything? Oh, shut up! Look at that. Fuck, I don't know where to put this thing. Fuck, that's a good buck. Oh, he might be alright too. That's a good grab. He's what, yeah. Shit. I was actually very surprised. I've come crabbing in here before and just been really unsuccessful. That was like last holidays though, so there was probably heaps of people about and stuff like that. But now due to quarantine, nobody's allowed outside unless you're going fishing, so working in my favour. I'm gonna get him out, measure him up and see if he's legal and maybe chuck him in the esky. This is sick. How am I gonna do this? That's a bloody good blab. I'll just quickly chuck some more bait in there and chuck it out again. I've got set, that can go back there. Now, let me get my trusty measurer. I am so stoked. Let me give him a measure. I reckon he's... Oh, he is. That's so good. Oh. Don't bite me, bud. Oh. How is that for a beautiful Queensland mud crab? Look at him. That's so good. So, I don't know, this is pot number one, so we still got a couple of pots to check. I'll go see if there's any more in any others, and fingers crossed, maybe we'll do a little cook up. He looks pretty full. He's got a bit of algae on his shell, which is generally a good sign that he's been in the water a while and like he's got plenty of meat in his shell. Another way to check is just to sort of press underneath here at this this sort of soft spots here, and he's feeling pretty good. It's quite firm, so So yeah, he's a beautiful, beautiful buck. He'll be coming home with me. Maybe don't eat my wetsuit, but anyway, good crab for pot number 1. I'm liking my chances. Might just switch my hat so I don't get burnt. Oh. See if I can't get out of this 2-foot deep water here. This one's going to be fun. It's literally sitting out of the water, so oh, there's a crab in there. There's a crab in there. He's trying to get out. Oh, there's 2. Shut up. Look. Look at him trying to get out. Come on, be a good buck. Oh, he doesn't look that good. Hopefully there's a few more in there. Oh, get out. Look at that. That's a good buck. That one might be alright too. This is so good. Look at him. Yeah, for sure. That one's a... Look at him. That's a big boy. Oh, I'm so stoked. I was really not expecting this. Last time I fished this creek, there was barely anything in here. It was like dead. There was heaps of people around, so I wasn't expecting this at all. I'm gonna... I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna pop him out. Oh, he's a big boy. I'm feeling he's definitely a goer. Look at him. Well, you don't fight. Look how rusty that one is. He's been through the wars. He's missing a bit of his nipper there. These 2 I reckon are going to be too small. He might be alright. Check this one here. Oh fuck! There's a massive stingray right underneath the boat. Scared the fucking shit out of me. Alright, that one can definitely go back. He's way too small. He's so rusty. See you, bud. So this one here I've got to measure because I'm not sure about him. Oh, look, a little... Oop. See ya. Oh no, he busted the nipper of that one. Look at it. Shit. I need to put shit in there to stop them fighting each other. How am I going to get him out? I need to measure you, bud. Oh no, no. Don't fight. It's okay, it's okay. Okay. Oh, we got him. So, where's my measure up? I'm gonna put that in my pocket. What is he? Oh, he is. He's legal. Look at that. 15 point to point. Just over. That's so good. How's that? 3 massive crabs. I wouldn't say this one's massive, but he's healthy as. Look, he's got rust underneath him. So like, generally if you look at them and they're quite dark underneath, you can tell that they've been in the water a while and they haven't shed their shell. So when they shed their shell, they put a lot of their energy into calcium production for their shell. And their sort of meat quality degrades and like it goes quite mushy. How good is that? 2 massive crabs and this one. I'm so stoked. Just about to pull up on pot number 3. Ooh. I think there's something in there. Get another big buck. Look at him. This is unreal. I just can't even believe it. Holy shit. We got another big buck. This is like 3 for 3. Plenty of little crabs in here, a couple of little brim. There's a nice Jenny too, who I suspect he's hanging out with. But look at the size of him. He's massive. I just can't believe it. I'm like actually shocked. Let me get these little fish out of here. Oh, fuck, how am I going to do this? Honestly, I don't know. Look at him. He's fucking huge. You can go, bud. Oh, how am I going to get rid of this? You can go there, little miss. Tail bloody swimming nippers caught. I do not want to lose this big fella. Go on. The little ones can go too. Actually, they can stay. I don't need to worry about them fucking falling out of the boat. Look at the size of him. He's huge. He's got a hole in his shell. That doesn't look real good, but I'm not sure what that's from, but he can go in nonetheless. I'm going to go over that island and grab some grass, and I'm going to stick some grass inside the bucket so the crabs don't kill each other. Oh, look at all these little chondrulos. Heaps of little shrimp around, which is a good sign. Means there's plenty of food for small fish and plenty of food for big fish. Right, I'm going to jump out here. Oh, I don't like the look of this. Oh. Stay there for a second. I'm just going to grab a heap of this sort of like driftwoody stuff, big bits of seaweed, and this will essentially just stop them from being able to see each other or realize that each other's there, and then hopefully they won't fight and rip each other's nippers off, because we want to eat the nippers. I can't believe it, he's massive. Okay, I can go in there. Now that won't hurt them, that'll just keep them calm, make them feel like they're sort of in the dark a little bit. Actually, I'll get this little fish out of here. Oh, you don't want to go in there, bud, trust me. Oh no, see ya. Look at him. Come on, bud. Oh, he's good too. Got plenty of good colour on him, which is a good sign. Just need him to fall into a bucket without getting bitten. There he goes. Look at the size of him. I can't believe it. I'm literally like shocked. I came out here expecting the worst, expecting not to catch anything at all, and now third pot, fourth big buck. This is sick. So I'll go home, set myself up, maybe go down the beach this afternoon, cook up a crab, sit on the beach, have some dinner, and then tomorrow morning we're going to come check these spots again. I'll bring Dad this time. Maybe get a couple more for the family. This is just so good. It is such an amazing afternoon. I'm just here on my little island, just cooked up some fish for lunch, and now I'm going to show you guys how to cook up some mud crab. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm not just going to boil it. I mean, technically I am, but I'm not just going to do your standard mud crab recipe. This is going to be a beautiful mud crab. Actually, this is going to be a beautiful mud crab fried rice. Super easy, but it's also like something a little bit more interesting to do if you can get outside and catch yourself some mud crab. What we usually do at home is just literally boil them up and put them onto some white bread with some mayonnaise, and it's so good. But it's just like, it's such an amazing seafood that it really lends itself to so many other applications rather than just eating it fresh. So what I'm going to do is I've got some fresh seawater here. I'm going to boil it up, and then I'm going to chuck my crab in. So I'm going to chuck my crab in for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to cool him down. I'm going to get him into the ocean. I'm going to pick all the meat out of it, and then we'll go from there. All right, so my water's come up to the boil. It's on the go there. Next, I have to get my crab. I'm very excited about this. Where is he? Look at him. So I chucked him in here with a bag of ice because that'll cool him down, make him nice and chilled, make him less likely to drop all of his nippers and his legs. So, beautiful big mud crab, nice and rusty. He's got plenty of color on there, which is a good sign that he's older. So what happens every couple of months is the mud crab needs to shed its shell so it can grow a new one. So essentially what it does is it puts all its energy into producing a new calcium shell, and so its meat sort of quality and quantity degrades a little bit and it goes down. So if you ever get an empty mud crab, one way to check is just by pressing into these little sections here, and if they're nice and firm, then you're going to be absolutely sorted and you have nothing to worry about. But if they cave in a little bit and they're sort of like, you can feel that the shell's not quite firm, then just let them go, because there's going to be no meat in there. It's going to taste like shit. So got my crab, he's cooled down, he's chilled, he's pretty sleepy. Right, this is not exactly ideal, but he's in the pot, he's in the water, he's steaming away. That's going to come up to the boil very shortly, and then yeah, 12 minutes. Sweet, water's come to the boil. That means I'm going to start my timer for 12 minutes. I might do just a little bit less because the water was super hot when they went in. So it's 10 minutes on the timer, and then as soon as the crabs are done, I'm going to take them straight down to the ocean, cool them off in the cool ocean water, and that way the meat's going to stop cooking straight away, and I'm going to start picking. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start prepping all of my stuff for my stir fry. So I've got onions, spring onions, snow peas, chili. I've got some pre-cooked brown rice, and I've got like ginger garlic and this really sort of nice, I guess it's like a little stir fry sauce, I guess you'd call it. It's just got miso paste, soy sauce, sesame oil, etc. And then show you guys how to mix it all together and make a really nice stir fry. And just like that, they're ready. Look at that. You just can't beat it. Lid can come off. Oh, they look so good. Look at the size of that nipper. I am stoked. Look at all the fish here too. Coming in for a snack. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cooling the body down, making sure that there's no residual heat in there. That's going to keep cooking the crab. Look at that nipper. That is beautiful. Next thing for me to do is pick all the meat. I pretty much have all of my stir fry ingredients set out here. I've got my brown rice, sesame seeds, I've got my sauce that I'm going to toss in at the end. I've got a whole clove of garlic, a knob of ginger, whole chili, just a little bit of red onion, some snow peas that I've finely chopped up, and some spring onion. You can add like more veggies if you want, capsicum or carrot or multitude of different herbs, coriander, Thai basil, etc. add whatever you want, it's up to you. You can make whatever sort of flavoring sauce as well, like you could use a Korean base or do gochujang, sesame oil, soy sauce. Just make sure you balance the umami with the sweetness, with the saltiness of the sauce, so that way you're going to get like a good rich base to make everything taste super delicious. That crab is going to soak up so much flavor, it's going to be so good. So yeah, now I'm just going to pick it and then we'll get ready to start frying. Right, so I've picked just about every skerrick of meat off that crab and holy shit, it is so good. We are pretty good to go. I'm gonna get my little pan here started. I'm gonna get that nice and hot. And the reason we want it hot is because we want to fry it. So you have to think of fried rice as like a stir fry. So you need to get your pan really hot, plenty of oil in there, and make sure that whatever you're going to fry is going to get nice and crispy, because that's going to add heaps of really nice texture and also flavor. So that's going to get hot. Then I'm going to start with my ginger, garlic, chili and onion, then my rice, and then we're going to be cooking. Right, my pan's getting pretty hot. I'm going to start with my ginger and garlic, and you really want to hear it sizzling. That's how you know that you're starting to get good flavor and frying it properly. Now I've got my trusty little spatula. That's going really, really well. We want to get a little color on there. Make sure the onions are starting to cook properly. Make sure that the garlic's starting to cook as well. Make sure it's cooked out. That is coming along really well. Next I'm going to start adding actually I might add a little bit more oil because I still want everything to be nicely coated. I'm just using rice bran. You can use peanut for this. Peanut has a high smoke point, so it's got so it's like good for stir fries and stuff like that, because you really want that high heat to be able to like properly fry, properly caramelize. I'm going to chuck my rice in now. I'm not going to do all of it, maybe only like, that's probably enough there. I'm going to make sure that's all coated in the oil, starting to fry nicely. Now you can hear the little kernels of, little grains of rice I should say, starting to crackle. That means they're getting a little bit crispy, they're starting to fry properly, and that's really what we want. That is frying up absolutely beautifully. Now I think next what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck in my snow peas. I'm going to use all of these. And then a handful of crab as well. Make sure I've got plenty in there so I'm not going hungry. Look at that. That is unreal. And then what I want to do now at this point, get a bit of that sauce in there. And that's going to coat everything really, really well. Chuck a bit more crab in, because why not? And then I'm going to throw a heap of sesame seeds in. Now these are ones that I've toasted previously, so I've just put fresh sesame seeds into a pan and toasted them off. And that is frying up absolutely beautifully. I'm just going to get one little more touch here. The secret tool, good old blowtorch. This is just going to add like some toastiness to the rice. It's going to crisp it up. Gonna get some extra heat in there, help reduce all those liquids from the crab. I'm a sucker for burnt anything, so this is so good. Get a nice little toasty char on there. And I reckon that is done. Now finally, gonna give it one more go with the torch. Now, there is this thing, let me just turn that off. There is this thing in Asian cooking called the breath of the wok. It's hard to describe, but it's like this smoky flavor that you get from strictly using a wok over an open flame. That's sort of what I'm trying to emulate here with the blowtorch. I'm just giving it a little bit of char, make sure it's nice and burnt, gives it that sort of toasty note to it. And you can see I've just sort of torched the grains there and sort of caramelized the outside, giving it a bit of sweetness and a bit of smokiness as well. Just gonna throw heaps of spring onions on there because that's what I love. And then finally finish with toasted sesame seeds. And there you go. Now that is gonna be absolutely to die for. Unreal, I'm so excited. Anyway, if you ever get the chance to get yourself some crab, get some from the supermarket, you can use Blue Swimmer, or you can even use, I don't know, like bug or prawns if you wanted to. Give that recipe a go at home. It's super easy. The hardest bit was literally cooking the crab. But throw everything into the pan, get it nice and hot, give it a bit of a flick around, make sure your flavors are on point, and you can have something that tastes as good as that. I'm gonna go enjoy that, lay on the beach for a while, go for a swim, and just take in isolated life. Anyway, hooroo, have a good one. If you want to see any more from me, or interested in any of this kind of stuff, follow along at Off the Beaten Coast and on my Instagram at Hasvos. I post pictures and stuff and like recipes and things like that as well. And yeah, go enjoy the afternoon, make some fried rice. You'll never regret it.